Hey, it's Uncle Joe at Uncle Joe Hikes. I wanted to give some information about some things that's been going on with me lately. Also, some information about how you can help with the Western North Carolina disaster, as well as really all over the hurricane relief. Georgia, of course, hit, and South Carolina, so many places that were hit. I was traveling on the 28th, the day after everything really happened. And I was trying to work my way up through the mountains, but all of the interstates and a lot of the major roads were closed pretty early on. I think Irwin was hit pretty hard and a bridge was out there. I-40 closed, so the route going up into Virginia, which is where I was headed, was pretty much closed. So I had to go around it, go out to Charlotte, and go up from there. That's a minor inconvenience for me. I bring that up to say that, I really didn't expect the storms to really move that far east and up into Virginia, but they did. And we were headed to Virginia for a week of camping, and we had about 4 days we were planning to camp in Montebello. Then we were going to Overland Expo, all that's more pertinent to the Jeep channel than the hiking channel. But I was planning a hike on the AT near Montebello at that time. I'd hoped to go up to Spy Rock and do that hike, but it rained on us for like 4 days. There was just no way that it made any sense to go up there and hike and all that water, and really no telling what the road was like going up there, which is already somewhat sketchy in some respects. So we kind of abandoned that, and we were kind of out of the news cycle because we had no coverage or anything. Didn't really know how bad everything really was. I mean, we had heard the initial reports, of course, but as you know, Western Virginia got quite a bit as well. If you watch Shug Emery's channel, he got caught in it, not really expecting it to be that much either, as he was in Grayson Highlands, and that's kind of the circumstances we were in. In fact, my buddy from work was camping with us, and he had spent one night out camping alone up near Charlottesville, and camped next to a creek. Creek looked perfectly fine when he went to bed. He woke up at 3:30 in the morning and water was all around his truck. It was all he could do to get out of there. And later he found out on the news that many of the rigs in that campground were just destroyed and washed, cars washed away and things like that. So that's not to make this about me. I just wanted you to know that I really wanted to get another hike in and come back with a good video for you, but the circumstances were what they were. I had also hoped to get some footage of maybe some of the creeks and some of the flooding while I was going up through the Western North Carolina area, but like I said, I just could not do it. I'm rolling some pictures as I speak as well. You're probably already familiar with this. Hot Springs, Irwin, even Damascus had some flooding. Mountain Harbor there at Rome Mountain was washed up pretty bad and got some bad damage. They're doing a fundraiser, and yeah, it's just been a mess. There's plenty of other things online you can go to see more detail. Truck House Life, I know that's not a hiking channel, but check that out because Tim went through that area after Overland Expo and got a lot of footage of just so much devastation. Which brings us to, how can you help? I encourage you to donate. There are plenty of charities out there. There are local churches. I think Feeding the Carolinas is one. There's a lot of food banks and things like that. To be honest with you, the one that seems to be doing the most good is Samaritan's Purse, and that's from first-hand accounts. People that are going there to volunteer are noticing that Samaritan's Purse just has a ton of people on the ground, working on helping those people. And I don't care what your politics is, but it's obvious the government is not doing enough. They are doing some. I think there's probably, when things like this happen, people tend to think, well, the government's not doing anything. Well, they're trying. They're doing some things. I'm not going to disparage everything, but the government is a big, gigantic machine, and it takes it a long time to fire up, and it takes it a long time to turn, and that's just the way it is. I've heard that the Red Cross is probably not the best source either, but make your own choice on that. I think if you want to know where can I give money that I know is going to do some good, Samaritan's Purse seems to be the one. So take that for what it's worth. That's who I'm donating to. But anyway, I had hoped to Really, I'd hoped to have been banking some hikes so that I could get a hike out every week. That's the schedule I'm shooting for. But, you know, life kind of gets in the way, and I've got a lot of things going on that, you know, sometimes means that I just can't. But I hope to get on that schedule. I think that's going to be key to growing the channel. And so that's what I hope to do. But in the meantime, there are bigger problems in this world. There are people who have no house, you know, or towns. Chimney Rock was completely washed away. They're saying they're not even going to bother rebuilding that community. I mean, it's, you know, there are bigger problems than me on my channel and going hiking. I do want to say a word about going hiking, though. There's a lot of people out there saying, don't go hike on the AT, stay home, blah, blah, blah. Do whatever you want to do. I don't think going and hiking on the AT necessarily means you're a bad person and you won't care what happened to those people. I would tell you this: I think anything probably east of Newfound Gap, north I should say, probably up to about Shenandoah is going to have some significant impacts on the trail. Probably a lot of trees down, certainly up to Mount Rogers. So that's a long stretch. Below Newfound Gap and into Georgia and extreme western North Carolina, you're probably just going to run into some blowdown here and there. You're not going to run into the kind of damage that you're going to run into in the sections beyond the Great Smokies and on the northeast half of the Great Smokies. So keep that in mind. If you don't want to impact those communities, just find another place to go hike. There's plenty of places on the AT. Anyway, that's all I got for this one. Please try to help if you can. You know, do without a Starbucks and drop it into a charity that's doing some good out there.